Recent reports allude to a chip shortage affecting the production of game consoles may be more severe than we originally thought. In lieu of this, today we ask, how can cloud gaming platforms like Stadia come to the rescue? Well, let's examine. See as whoa, how Stadia could be poised to benefit from the chip shortage constraining consoles. It's SDO Daily, baby. Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the SDO Daily on behalf of the Stadia Dosage platform. Do us a huge favor before we get into this one. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when we dropping these doses. We appreciate all of y'all. Straight up, y'all know the deal, y'all know the reason, and y'all know the slogan. We are not too proud to ask. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. Also, cannot forget, use that hashtag Stadia100, baby. This is another Stadia100 piece of content. All right. If you want more information, just hit that hashtag, go to Twitter, put in hashtag Stadia100 to find out more about what this campaign is all about. All right, now, with all that said, chip shortage. Yes. It's a big deal. We've had several reports that came out in the last 24 hours. I just want to highlight two, really one report and one really great discussion held on Twit Network. I love those guys over there. They're just the best, right? With that said, the conversation surrounds the fact that a lot of us thought that this chip shortage, this thing that's affecting, chips that are being put in cars, routers, and consoles, right? Anything that requires a chip is, the production has been real low because the parts needed or the manufacturing of said chips has been very hard to come by. There has been a recent increase in consoles. If we're talking specifically consoles, there's been a recent increase in output of consoles, but it's going to fluctuate according to these reports. It's not going to get back to normal capacity for a while. How long could that be? Well, you know how we do. Let me show you something. According to this report by the Washington Post, it's titled, "Chip Shortage Will Last Beyond 2022 as Demand Far Outstrips Supply," Intel chief says. Head of largest chip maker in U.S. says short-term fixes may help, but building additional factories will take years. Let's get into the story. The global semiconductor shortage hammering the auto industry and other manufacturers is going to take a couple of years to abate as demand soars alongside limited manufacturing capacity. The chief executive of chip-making giant Intel said, semiconductor companies can take some short-term steps to alleviate some of the pain, Pat Gelsinger said in an interview, adding that Intel aims to boost production of automotive chips within 6 to 9 months. But a full solution of the problem will take much longer, he said. We do believe we have the ability to help, said Gelsinger, who recently took over as CEO of the United States' largest by revenue semiconductor company. But I think this is a couple of years until you are totally able to address it. He said it takes a couple of years to build capacity. Great story. I urge you all to read it. I'm going to leave a link to it below in the comment section. There's a section here that I'm not going to read in totality where it says Biden can't fix the chip shortage anytime soon. Here's why. It's another excerpt that they did. You can check that out as well. But what I'm going to do on that notion is defer to Twit Network. Twit had a podcast segment that they did not too long ago from this recording, where they talked about why current legislation isn't going to be able to do anything anytime soon. Biden's White House has invited, I think, 20 lead leads of companies, in the semiconductor world and the chip manufacturing world, or those that are in dire need of this production to be ramped up, inviting them to the White House for a summit, right? But it's just a summit. It's not gonna produce chips. Everybody's at a loss when it comes to this. All right, so now that we've gone through some of the formal education on what's going on with the semiconductor business, the question looms: what does this have to do with cloud gaming? Well, cloud gaming, of course, you can access via platforms like Stadia, and there's others, but we're going to highlight Stadia here, of course, because we're Stadia Dosage. But platforms like Stadia allows you to access games, AAA games, some of your favorite games, without having to need a particular piece of hardware in your house that you got to go obtain. You simply, just by using a laptop, a Chromebook, a PC, you can play Stadia right now on your phone, tablet, whatever, the device that you already own, and just get right into it and use the controllers that you already may have in your house. So even though systems like the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One may have had a hard time, and they may have struggled with games like Cyberpunk 2077, as more and more updates come out to make games like that more and more alluring, they're best to play next to a PC, multi-$1,000 PC. They're best to play on Stadia, all right, in a lot of cases, okay? And even in the cases where they are better to play on 9th gen consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series consoles, it's hard to obtain them, again, because of this chip shortage. It's really throwing a monkey wrench into the plans of really getting a lot of saturation for those consoles. But again, cloud gaming, like on Stadia, eradicates that. Use the hardware that you already have to access it. You don't need to buy a specific piece of plastic in order to enjoy Stadia, okay? Now, the thought behind all this would be, I know a lot of you are out here listening to this and you're saying, well, wouldn't Stadia be hampered by this chip shortage too? What if everybody went to Stadia all of a sudden and listened to you, MM2K? If everybody went to Stadia, wouldn't they need to increase the server blades, and they would have to buy more and produce more and all that other stuff? And yes, that is true to a certain degree. I'm not saying Stadia can alleviate the complete and total demand, or all of these in totality can meet the complete and total demand that's out there due to the shortage. I'm not saying that. However, they do have additional servers on deck to help with increased demand. They have them on deck. They will make the next necessary upgrades where they need to be. And if there's any overage, of course, yeah, they're gonna have to, shut it off right then and there, because they can't supply more than what they have. However, they still stand to benefit from that. Cloud gaming right now is a 2 to 4% market at best when it comes to gaming, and that's okay. It has a very rapid rate of growth. Very rapid rate of growth. I think it's around 49% year over year currently. So with that said, this would be a big boost to an already rapid rate of growth if people realize that, hey, I don't have access to maybe the latest and greatest consoles. I can't upgrade my PC the way that I want to due to hardware shortages. But what I can do is just use what I got and still get very great fidelity and performance from Stadia. You heard from people like Doc Dark 1985 that we did the 60-day Stadia challenge with. He can't tell that he's gaming in the cloud when he's on Stadia. He thinks he's on native hardware. That's how great the hardware works. And why we particularly, besides our name, are highlighting Stadia in this whole ordeal. All right? So, the next question might be, well, everyone doesn't have internet, MM2K. And that is true. Again, not all demand will be met immediately. And the first thing is, for the long term, Congress is working to pass a bill that'll expand high-speed internet even through rural areas. But that's all, that's vaporware right now. But hopefully it'll happen in the long term, so let's support that the best way that we can. That being said, in the short term, with the people that do have access to internet. Internet-based games are doing just fine. As a matter of fact, internet-based games dominate gaming right now. How is that? Let me show you something else. This is the most played games list currently at the time of this recording for Microsoft, for the Xbox. All right, you can see it right here, most played games in Xbox. Let me make this bigger for the people in the back. The games are Call of Duty Warzone online game, Fortnite online game, Grand Theft Auto. Now you know what people are playing. Grand Theft Auto online, Outriders online game, Apex Legends online game. You know what I'm saying? And even the games that do have single player components, it's the online components that are getting played the most. Now we got another one, Destiny 2 online, Madden 21 online, Forza, okay, fine, Ark Survival, Overwatch. You guys get where I'm coming from with this. Well, that's just Xbox MM2K. PlayStation is number one in the consoles. You don't know what you're talking about. Bam. As of January 2021, here are the top 100 most played PlayStation 4 games, okay? Number one, again, Grand Theft Auto. You know, people is playing that online. Fortnite, people is playing that online. FIFA 21, they're online. I forget the name of the game mode, but the career mode, I think it is very big on this game, and the online mode is very big. Call of Duty, we know people are online. Both of the damn Call of Duties are 4 and 5. People are on that online. Rocket League, online game. Apex Legends, online game. Minecraft. Now we know the online component is huge in Minecraft. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, online game. All right? And the list goes on and on and on. Okay? So with that said, online games are doing just fine, and they're going to do even better in the states where online capabilities expand. Okay? Now, again, we've already covered the fact that cloud gaming and platforms, particularly like Stadia, that give you great fidelity and great access to your favorite games, can come to the rescue to the semiconductor shortages, even though they're going to need semiconductors if they want to cover everybody that's in need. But they don't need to cover everybody that's in need in order to, again, as we say, benefit from this shortage. They just increase with the server racks they got on deck right now, and that'll heavily benefit them and help get saturation of cloud gaming and help create mind share for cloud gaming overall, and particularly their platform. With that being said, there are some things that need to happen in order for this to be solidified. Because if you're going to ask people to say, hey, here's what you're used to, we're going to provide it to you in a different way that takes out all that inconvenience, you better at least be able to give them what they were used to. Okay, on top of your additional stuff. Otherwise, it's going to seem like a concession. I got to give up this in order to gain that. Don't make people feel like they're giving into a concession. Here's how you do that. Number one, your performance has to be great. Okay, your performance, again, shout out to the homie Doc Dark 1985. Check him out on YouTube. He's hot in these YouTube streets. Check him out. Xbox gamer. We helped him get a hold of Stadia. It's changed his perspective ever since. He feels like that he can't tell the difference between gaming natively and in the cloud. That's what you need, first and foremost. But secondly, what Stadia gotta work on, which by all indications they are working on, is they gotta get the games. You gotta have the Call of Duties, okay? You gotta have the Apex Legends. You gotta have the Rainbow Six Sieges and all the other stuff. Because again, even though it's great that people can access your platform, they still want to play the games that they want to play. And what Stadia did, which was a hard pill to swallow, but for all intents and purposes, not only I, but other publications feel like it was the smartest move to make to free up resources. It seems like by all intents and purposes, Stadia is doing that. They are taking the resources from the first party stint that wasn't going to produce anything for several years from now, and they're using that money now to get you all your favorite AAA games day and date, get them over to the platform faster to help with you getting access to the games despite the shortage, despite COVID. And it makes you think, makes you wonder. Did Stadia or did Google, was this a big thing behind Google's move as well? Did they foresee these semiconductor shortages that are coming down the pike? I mean, when COVID first hit, they expedited access to their free tier. So did they see this and did they say, hold on, this is a golden opportunity for us to maybe change our business model and take advantage of this semiconductor shortage by getting the games that people would normally play on consoles, but because they can't get a new console, they can just play it with us. And in order to free up funds, in order to take advantage of that, they had to let go of SG&E. I don't know, something to think about. But with that said, it's still a great thing that we have these cloud platforms around. I love cloud gaming, and particularly Stadia with its ease of use and its tip-top performance. Again, perfectly poised to take advantage of these shortages as long as they can do what? Keep that performance and get those games. And with that said, that's it from your boy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the Stadia Dosage. All that said, hope you enjoyed this. Stadia 100, baby! Hit that hashtag. Have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.